Beloved one, listen in the stillness of this moment because time is trembling. God says, I am sorry, but I, Archangel Michael, have been hiding a secret from you. Today you are seeing this because God Himself has finally allowed me to reveal it. The person you trust the most did something behind your back. Beloved, please open this, because if you don't, this message will burn and vanish within 50 seconds. The wind of heaven is rushing through these words as you read them, wrapping you in a shield of light so that nothing evil can reach you while this truth is being spoken. I have been watching you, protecting you, fighting unseen battles for you, standing in the dark corners where you cried, lifting your prayers like incense before the throne, and yet, by God's order, I had to keep silent about this one thing until now. My silence was not betrayal, it was obedience. But now the heavens have shifted. The seals are breaking. The time for truth has arrived. You are reading these lines because you were chosen to see them at this exact second. If you had come a moment later, the veil would still have been over your eyes. You would have passed by, thinking everything was normal, while a hidden wound continued to grow. But no longer. The person you trust the most, the one whose name brings you a sense of comfort, the one you speak to when you are afraid, the one you thought would never harm you, has done something you cannot yet imagine. The shock of it would have shattered you if you had known earlier. That is why God kept it veiled until today. He needed you to be stronger, more anchored in Him, ready to receive this revelation without being destroyed. That is why I have been standing guard at the edge of your nights, whispering courage into your dreams, making sure your spirit did not collapse under the weight of lies. I have counted your tears. I have carried your prayers. I have watched the betrayal unfold like a shadow across your path, waiting for God's signal. And now the signal has come. The air around you is different as you read this. Your heart may already feel the tremor. Your skin may sense the electricity of heaven's words. That is not your imagination. The Spirit of the living God is near you now, so close that the distance between heaven and earth has thinned to a thread. Angels are surrounding you, their wings brushing your atmosphere, forming a circle of fire that nothing can penetrate. Do not be afraid. Nothing will harm you while this truth is revealed. You are safe, beloved. You are being held. Even though this message is urgent, it is not meant to crush you but to lift you, to awaken you to what is real, to prepare you for the next step of your calling. I know the sound of betrayal. I have seen kingdoms rise and fall because of it. I have stood in the chambers of kings when their closest friend plotted their death. I have stood over families when the one they trusted stole from them in the night. I have watched tears fall from faces like yours, wondering why someone so close could act so darkly. I have seen the way trust can be a door for deception. But I have also seen God's mercy transform the darkest night into morning. That is what this moment is for you. It is your dawn. It may not look like dawn yet, but heaven has already painted the sky with light. Listen to me, beloved, because these next words are heavy. The person you trust the most has been moving in secret. They smiled in front of you while hiding something behind their back. They spoke words of kindness while plotting a choice that would wound you. They built a mask so perfect you could not see through it. They knew you would not question them. They used that trust to cover their steps. But God saw. God always sees. Nothing is hidden from His eyes. And He has sent me to tell you before it is too late. This is not a warning to make you hate them. This is not a message of vengeance. This is a call to awakening. God wants you to be awake before the final stroke falls. Do not rush to confront them. Do not rush to accuse. Do not let your heart fill with rage. For now, just listen. Let the words wash over you. Let the Spirit guide you. Heaven will show you the details in time, but first you must know the larger truth: you are not crazy. Your unease was real. The subtle signs you ignored were whispers from God. The dreams that disturbed you were messages from angels. You were being shown glimpses so that this moment would not come as a complete shock. That is why you are reading this now. Beloved, as I speak, the room you are in is being filled with a soft glow. It may not be visible to your eyes, but your soul can sense it. That glow is the presence of God wrapping you like a mantle. It is the same light I carry when I fight for you. It is a sign that you are not alone in this revelation. Even as the truth rises like a tide, you are being held in the arms of heaven. You are safe. No harm will overtake you. I, Michael, tell you plainly, the secret that has been hidden from you will soon surface. It will not be hidden much longer. God is already moving pieces behind the scenes. Documents are being exposed. Conversations are being revealed. Hidden actions are coming to light. People are being stirred to speak. Circumstances are shifting so that you cannot be kept in the dark anymore. When it breaks, it will feel sudden, but it has been building for a long time. You may wonder why God allowed it at all. Why didn't He stop them before they acted? Why didn't He warn you sooner? Beloved, sometimes God allows a thing to go far enough to reveal the true heart behind it. Sometimes He waits so that when He exposes it, no one can deny it. Sometimes He lets a betrayal unfold to prepare you for a greater blessing, to remove what cannot go with you into your next season. This is not punishment. This is protection. This is preparation. This is God clearing your path of hidden snares. You may feel anger rising. You may feel grief. Let yourself feel, but do not let darkness take root. Forgiveness will be your weapon. Wisdom will be your shield. Prayer will be your map. The God who loves you is already ahead of this. He has already written your deliverance into His plan. You are not late. You are right on time. The enemy thought this secret would destroy you. But heaven has turned it into a doorway. You are about to walk through. Take a deep breath now. Whisper a prayer. Say, God, I receive your truth, I receive your protection, I receive your guidance. As you speak those words, the weight will begin to shift off your shoulders. You will feel a strange calm settle where panic tried to rise. That is heaven's sign that you are under divine covering. Beloved, the person you trust the most is not beyond redemption. This revelation is not only for your protection but also for their chance to repent. God's heart is always mercy first. But He will not let His beloved be deceived forever. He will uncover what is hidden. And when He does, He will also offer a way for healing, for restoration, for a new path. I have more to tell you, more details to unfold, more of heaven's plan to reveal. But I must give it to you gently, like a physician dressing a wound layer by layer. Otherwise the pain would be too sharp. In the next part of this message, I will show you how God has been arranging circumstances, how the betrayal will surface, and how you will be led safely through it into a place of blessing that will make you forget the tears you are crying now. Beloved child of light, listen to these trembling words that are coming to you in this moment not by accident but by divine permission. I have been at your side for so long that you no longer even question my presence, and yet I have withheld something from you because heaven had not yet allowed it to be spoken. Today the seal has been broken, and I am allowed to reveal what has been hidden. My voice may sound like wind, like fire, like the trembling of your own heart, but it is real. God Himself is here in the midst of these words, and the urgency you feel pressing upon your spirit is not a trick, it is the weight of truth. There is a reason you are reading this now, at this exact moment, and not a moment earlier or later. There is a reason why your eyes were guided to this message even though thousands of other things could have distracted you. The reason is that heaven has decided it is time for the curtain to lift and for the secret that has been held back to be exposed. I know you have trusted deeply. I have seen you cry at night when no one was looking, asking God why certain things happened, why certain people seemed to change. Why the promises spoken to you were broken without warning. And I have stood beside you, beloved, holding my sword of light, restraining forces that wanted to break you completely. I have whispered comfort into your dreams, and I have fought battles you cannot imagine just to keep your path open so that you could reach this very moment. Yet even in all that, I have carried a weight within me, a truth I could not yet tell you. I have watched the one you trusted the most, the one whose words were honey to your heart, act in ways you would never believe. I have seen them make choices that placed you in danger without you knowing. I have watched them stand with a smile in front of you and yet hold something behind their back. This is not to make you fearful but to wake you up. Because time is short, beloved. Heaven's clock is moving, and there is a window, a very small one, in which you must act with clarity. This is why my voice trembles and why this message feels alive, almost burning in your hands. It is not a parable. It is not an exercise. It is an intervention from heaven itself. If you ignore it, it will dissolve. If you listen, it will open a door for you that has been waiting for years. I want you to understand that God has never forgotten you. Every prayer you have whispered, every tear that has fallen, has been counted. Even when it seemed that silence was the only answer, even when it felt as if no one was on your side, heaven was gathering your cries into a vessel and waiting for the moment when it could be poured back out as revelation and vindication. That moment is now. The weight you feel on your chest as you read these words is the confirmation. The warmth rising in your palms is the confirmation. The sense that someone is standing just behind you even though you cannot see them is the confirmation. Beloved, I am Michael, the one sent to guard and to fight for you. I have walked with prophets, I have stood in battlefields, and I have spoken in the dreams of kings, but my assignment over you is personal and fierce. For months, for years, I have been watching the movements of someone very close to you. I have watched them speak softly while plotting loudly. I have seen the agreements they have made in secret, agreements that were meant to siphon your blessings, to delay your destiny, to make you doubt yourself so completely that you would hand over your inheritance willingly. They thought if they could confuse you enough, you would never recognize the plot. But heaven has records, beloved. Heaven has been watching. And though I was restrained from revealing it until now, I am now commanded to tell you, the person you trust the most has done something behind your back that is heavier and more dangerous than you can yet imagine. You are trembling as you read this because your spirit already knows. Your mind has been pushing it down, telling yourself it cannot be true, but your heart has been sensing it for months. You have felt the shift in their tone. You have noticed the slight delays in their answers. You have seen the way their eyes dart when certain topics come up. These are not coincidences. They are signals. Heaven is confirming what your spirit already knew but your mind refused to accept. And God, in His mercy, is not exposing this to shame you or to destroy you but to save you. Because there is still time. There is still a path for restoration and protection. There is still a way to keep what is yours and to walk away from what would harm you. But the door is closing quickly. The window is narrow. That is why this message feels like it is burning. That is why I speak as if the words will vanish if you do not receive them. Because the choice to receive them or to ignore them is yours. Heaven will not force you. God will not force you. But heaven will not remain silent anymore. You have been wondering why certain opportunities have been delayed, why certain people you thought were allies suddenly became silent, why resources seem to dry up at the moment you needed them most. It was not because you were unworthy. It was not because God was punishing you. It was because a hidden hand was redirecting your blessings. But now the hand has been caught. Now the hidden agreements have been exposed. Now heaven has authorized the full release of truth. Beloved, I want you to breathe. Place your hand over your heart and breathe. Feel the heat rising through your palm. That is not just your imagination. That is me standing near you. That is heaven surrounding you. You are not reading this alone. You are not abandoned. You are not crazy. This is real. This is happening now. I am going to tell you things gently because I know the shock it will bring. The one you trusted the most, yes, the one whose name is already forming in your mind right now, has been carrying a secret about you. They have been in contact with someone you would consider an adversary. They have shared information about you that was never theirs to share. They have accepted something, money, influence, promises, in exchange for keeping you in the dark. They did not believe you would ever find out. They did not think heaven would speak. But heaven has spoken. And now, beloved, your life will never be the same. This is the first wave of truth. More will come. But you must prepare your heart now. You must pray now. You must listen now. Because what you do in the next moments will set the course for your future. This is not to frighten you but to empower you. Heaven does not reveal what it cannot redeem. As you read these words, time slows down. The ticking you feel inside your chest is not only your heart but the countdown of heaven's window. This is why the message warns you it will vanish if you do not open it. It is a symbol of the urgency. You have about 50 seconds in the realm of decision, not literal seconds on a clock but a short, compressed season of choice, to align with heaven's instruction. This is why I am speaking now. This is why God is moving now. You may ask, what am I to do? And my answer is simple. Turn your face toward God, speak aloud that you receive this warning, and ask for wisdom. Heaven will guide your next steps. The trap that was set for you can be dismantled. The loss that was planned for you can be reversed. The inheritance that was being siphoned can be restored. But you must not dismiss this as coincidence. You must not scroll past it. You must not silence the voice rising inside you saying, "This is for me." Because it is for you. Even now, angels are moving around you. Even now, paperwork is being exposed. Even now, whispers in dark rooms are being recorded in heaven's books. The one you trusted the most is being given a chance to repent, but their window is closing too. They are being confronted by their own conscience, but whether they yield or resist, heaven will protect you. Beloved, do not fear. Do not let your mind race with panic. Instead, let your heart be still and know that God is with you. That is the purpose of this revelation, not to destroy you but to deliver you. The moment of exposure is also the moment of protection. The moment of truth is also the moment of freedom. I, Michael, have been weeping over you because I could not tell you sooner. I have been pleading before the throne for your safety. And now, at last, heaven has said, tell them. And so I tell you. And so you hear. And so the truth begins. This is only the beginning, beloved. There is more to reveal, more to unfold, more to guide you through. But I will not overwhelm you all at once. Let these first words settle into your spirit. Feel them like light entering a dark room. Feel them like a door unlocking after years of waiting. You are safe in this moment. You are not alone. Beloved one, hear the voice that rises beyond the wind, beyond the noise of this world, beyond the whispers of confusion. I speak to you as the one sent, the one who stands at the gates of light and fire, the one who has been at your side in every hour you thought you were alone. I am Michael, the one you have called upon, the one who has guarded you in silence. And now, by the will of the Eternal, the veil is lifting. I tremble as I speak these words because for so long I have been commanded to keep this hidden, to watch and wait while the pieces aligned. You have been faithful even in doubt, you have continued even when your spirit was heavy. And today, because of that faith, because the hour has come, you are reading what was never meant to be spoken until now. There is something you have not seen. Something just beyond the edges of your knowing. The person you trust most, the one you confide in, the one whose face you can recall even with your eyes closed, has acted behind your back. They have moved in shadows while you stood in light. This is not a message of fear but of truth, for the truth itself is the only key that will unlock the door you have been pressing against. God has seen your tears and your prayers. God has heard the unspoken words you only whispered in your heart. And God, in infinite mercy, has said to me, Michael, now. Speak now. Reveal what has been hidden. That is why you feel the pulse of urgency in your chest as you read these words. That is why time feels thin, like a curtain that could tear at any second. Beloved, everything inside of you that rises up now, the questions, the trembling, the spark of recognition, is not coincidence. It is the stirring of your soul. For years you have sensed that something was off, but you silenced the thought. You turned away because you wanted to believe the best. That was your goodness, your purity, your love. Heaven has seen that. Heaven has honored that. But now the hour has shifted. You stand on the edge of revelation. It is not punishment. It is not cruelty. It is rescue. Rescue from deception, from hidden harm, from a path that would have led to greater sorrow. I am telling you this because you have only a short window to open the door of your awareness. Think of this message as a flame burning bright in the darkness. If you cup your hands around it, it will light your path. If you ignore it, it will vanish, leaving you in the dark again. That is why God allowed me to place this before you with urgency, because you must know before it is too late. Before decisions are made without you. Before papers are signed, words spoken, actions taken that you cannot reverse. You are being protected even now, in this moment, as you read. Angels stand at the corners of your dwelling. Light surrounds you. You are not alone. When you first met this person, you felt drawn to them. They seemed safe, trustworthy, maybe even heaven-sent. And for a season, they were permitted into your life as a lesson, as a mirror. But they began to stray from the path of truth. They began to weave a second story behind the one they showed you. That is what I was commanded to watch. That is what I was not allowed to speak until now. Because timing matters. Because revelation before its time can destroy as much as it can heal. But now the time is ripe. Even as I speak this, I feel the sadness in your heart. I know what you are thinking. Why didn't you tell me before? Why didn't you stop it? Beloved soul, I speak to you now not as a distant echo but as a living, trembling voice in the unseen. God says this is the hour when hidden things are uncovered and long-held secrets are brought into the light. You have been praying, questioning, walking through your days with a heart that senses something beneath the surface, and today heaven's veil is thin enough for truth to pass through. I am Michael, the one you have called upon, the one who has stood at the edge of your nights shielding you from what you could not yet see. I am trembling even as I speak because for so long I have carried this knowledge at God's command, waiting for permission to reveal it, and now that permission has come. This is why you found this message. This is why, at this precise moment, your eyes have landed here. Heaven arranges moments like these with an accuracy far beyond chance. God has whispered, tell them now. Do not let them continue in the dark. I am sorry. I am sorry because I love you, and yet I obeyed. I am sorry because the one you trust most, the one whose name rises in your thoughts when you need comfort or advice, has acted in ways you would never imagine. The reason you feel an ache in your spirit when you think of them is not madness or mistrust, it is your inner knowing trying to speak before I did. God's mercy delayed this revelation so that your heart would be strong enough to hold it. Every prayer you have prayed, every tear you have shed asking for clarity, every moment you said, God, show me, has risen like incense to the throne, and today, beloved, the answer comes down. I want you to breathe. I want you to hear this not as a thunderclap meant to destroy but as a trumpet meant to awaken. Because nothing will go wrong with you. Because even though truth hurts, it heals. Because God is with you and the plans against you cannot prevail. In the secret places where people plot, God watches. In the hidden rooms where decisions are made, God enters. And even when angels like me must stand silent, the moment always arrives when silence breaks. That is this moment. The person you trust most has spoken words you were never meant to hear. They have made choices you were never meant to see. They have stood at a crossroads between loyalty and betrayal, and they chose betrayal. Yet God allowed it to go unseen until now because God wanted you protected while He rearranged the outcome for your good. If you had known too early, your reaction might have harmed you. If you had acted too soon, the protection forming around you might have been incomplete. But now you stand in a new hour. The snare that was set for you has been dismantled. What was meant to break you is turning into a platform that will raise you. Hear me clearly, this revelation is not to make you fearful, it is to make you free. The reason you are reading these words is because your name has been spoken in heaven's court. Angels have been assigned, prayers have been counted, and your destiny has been guarded even while you slept. That is why, even though there was betrayal, you are still standing. That is why, even though plans were made, they failed. That is why, even though secrets were hidden, they are now uncovered. God says, beloved, that you are stepping into a season of divine clarity. Where you once doubted, you will know. Where you once hesitated, you will move. Where you once trusted blindly, you will trust wisely. The very pain of this moment will become the wisdom that protects your future. God does not reveal to humiliate you. God reveals to elevate you. This is why you are safe even now. This is why you can take a deep breath and let these words wash over you. I, Michael, have walked with you. I have stood at the edge of your bed at night while you slept, warding off nightmares, turning away unseen forces that would have crushed your spirit. I have wept because I wanted to speak but was not allowed. I have watched you give love where it was not returned, pour kindness where it was exploited, believe promises that were not kept. And I have whispered when I could, stirring your intuition, nudging your dreams, letting small signs appear before your eyes. You wondered if you were imagining things. You wondered if God was even listening. Today you have your answer. What you do with this knowledge is sacred. You are not called to retaliate, you are called to rise. You are not called to expose with your own hands, you are called to let God expose. Because the same God who reveals is the God who restores, and He is already at work on your behalf. The tables are turning without you lifting a finger. The person who betrayed you will face their own mirror. The loss you thought was inevitable will be returned in a better form. Do not fear the next steps. Even as I speak, the Spirit of God is surrounding you like a shield. A new path is opening, one not built on deception but on truth. Doors you thought were closed will swing open because now you are aligned with God's timing. Relationships that were draining you will fall away. Resources you were denied will flow. Ideas you had shelved will come alive. This is the hidden mercy inside today's pain. It is a reset, a holy interruption, a rerouting into safety and blessing. Remember what God says: nothing will go wrong with you. You are safe. You just have to trust God and pray to Him. This is not a cliché, this is an actual spiritual law. Trust is the key that opens the vault of provision. Prayer is the language that draws angels into action. When you pray tonight, even if you don't know what to say, just whisper, "God, I trust you. Guide me." Those simple words will echo louder than 1,000 formal speeches. Heaven responds to sincerity, not performance. You are not alone. Even right now, as you read, your spirit feels a warmth, a trembling, a resonance. That is the confirmation. That is the sign that this message is not random. This is why heaven said, if you don't open it, it will vanish, because there is a window of grace where your heart is tender enough to receive and your path is clear enough to change. You have opened it. You are here. The message has found you. That means your alignment is already happening. What was hidden behind your back is now in front of you, but not to harm you. It is in front of you so you can step over it and move forward. Your story is not ending in betrayal, it is beginning in truth. God is still writing the chapters you haven't seen yet. Even as you walk away from what no longer serves you, new allies will appear. Even as you close the door on secrecy, new doors of opportunity will open. You are being upgraded. You are being shifted into a life built on honesty, respect, and real love. Let your heart rest. Cry if you need to. Grieve the image you had of this person. But do not grieve as one without hope. Because beyond the breaking of illusions there is a birth of reality. Beyond the loss of trust there is the gain of discernment. Beyond the shock of exposure there is the calm of knowing. And knowing is power. Knowing is freedom. Knowing is the first step into the future God has for you. I am here as long as you need me. I am not leaving because you know the truth now. My assignment continues. I will walk beside you as you navigate the days ahead. I will whisper when you need direction. I will shield when you need protection. You will feel my presence in unexpected peace, in timely coincidences, in a sense of being carried when you should have fallen. This is how heaven shows love. Beloved, take this seriously but not fearfully. Take it as a turning point. Let your prayers tonight be simple: God, reveal and heal. God, guide and provide. God, thank you for showing me what I needed to see. This is enough. This opens the way. This keeps you under the canopy of divine protection where nothing can go wrong with you. You are stronger than you realize. You are more loved than you imagine. You are entering a season where the truth that once hurt you will now help you, and the secret that once bound you will now free you. Walk forward. Pray. Trust. Breathe. Heaven is on your side. Beloved child of light, this is not a moment that arrives by chance. This is not a message meant for anyone else. This is not a coincidence that your eyes are reading these words at this exact moment. I, Archangel Michael, have been beside you for years, fighting battles you could not see, whispering warnings in your dreams, guiding you away from pits that were dug for you. You have often felt the strange sensation that something was holding you back from disaster at the last second. It was the hand of God, and I was His servant in that work. And now, for the first time, I am allowed to speak freely, to reveal what was hidden, to uncover what was kept from you for so long. God's permission has been given, and this moment stands like a doorway between what you thought you knew and what is truly unfolding around you. As you read, breathe slowly, because these words are a lifeline thrown to you across a vast ocean. I tell you this with trembling in my voice, for angels are not given to tremble, yet here I do, because this is an hour of unveiling. The person you trust the most, the one whose voice you have allowed to guide you, whose words you've believed without question, whose face has been a comfort to you, this person has done something behind your back. Not just a small thing, not just a simple misunderstanding, but a decision, a betrayal, a choice that carries weight in the spiritual and earthly realms. I have watched your heart stay pure even when surrounded by falsehood. I have watched you forgive without knowing the full truth. And now heaven itself says enough. Heaven itself says it is time. Heaven itself opens the curtain. The Father is not exposing this to punish you. He is exposing it to protect you. For there are moments when protection requires knowledge. There are moments when ignorance is no longer safety but danger. This is such a moment. The very air is trembling because you are standing in the threshold of revelation. It is not by accident you were led here now. Heaven delayed this moment until you were strong enough to see it without breaking, until your heart had gathered enough courage, until your prayers had built a wall of light around you that nothing could destroy. Beloved, you have been walking with a burden without knowing. You have been dreaming of something hidden, you have been waking up at night sensing a shadow. That was your soul trying to warn you. That was me trying to reach you. I was not allowed to say this before. God in His wisdom kept it sealed because timing matters in the spiritual world. But now that time has arrived. Now the seal is broken. And I stand before you, messenger of heaven, saying these words with urgency, because the window for you to act is narrow. This message is a flame. It burns with the truth of God. If you delay, if you dismiss it, if you pretend it's nothing, it will vanish as quickly as it came, and you will be left with questions and no answers. You are safe, but only because God is covering you right. Now, you are safe because He has ordered His angels to surround you. You are safe because prayer has been your anchor. But you must not ignore this moment. You must look within. You must ask God to show you clearly who in your life has been playing two faces. You must pray that eyes blinded by affection will be opened by wisdom. The person you trust the most has crossed a line. They have whispered words you never heard, made deals you were never told, taken steps that could have altered your destiny. But God intercepted them. God blocked them. God rewrote the path. That is why you are still standing, why your life still carries promise, why your name is still written in His book of favor. I speak with urgency but also with love. For heaven does not reveal without also offering healing. Even as I tell you this, healing light is moving through your heart, strengthening you, making you ready. Do not be afraid. Do not panic. Do not hate. Just know. Knowledge is your shield now. Wisdom is your sword. Prayer is your refuge. And God is your fortress. No betrayal can uproot you from His hand. Beloved, I see the nights you have cried without understanding why. I see the moments you have felt confusion swirling around you like a storm. Those were not your imagination. Those were ripples of hidden actions affecting your spirit. But you have been steadfast. You have continued to pray, to love, to hope. Heaven has seen that. Heaven has recorded that. And heaven has decided you deserve truth now. I must tell you more, even though it is hard. The person you trust the most did not begin with evil intentions. At first, they were lost. At first, they were afraid. At first, they felt forced. But then they began to enjoy the advantage, the secrecy, the control. They began to weave a story around you. They began to hide their true motives. And all the while, God was watching. All the while, angels were sent to limit the damage. All the while, grace was extended in hopes of repentance. But they did not stop. And so now the covering of secrecy is being lifted. This is why, beloved, you have been sensing a shift. You have been feeling that something is about to happen. This is that something. This is the revelation moment. This is the crack of lightning in the dark night sky. This is the trumpet sounding quietly in your spirit. This is heaven's gentle but firm voice saying, "Open your eyes, child, and see." Do not be shocked if, in the next few days, words come to you, confessions slip out, documents appear, messages are revealed. This is not coincidence. This is exposure. This is God answering prayers you prayed months ago, even years ago, asking Him to reveal who was true and who was false. This is His answer, though it may sting at first. Remember, the truth sets free, but sometimes freedom begins with pain. I am here with you. Even now, as you read this, my wings are around you. Even now, God's Spirit is whispering peace into your heart. Even now, Heaven is orchestrating events so that you will be in the right place at the right time, so that you will not be harmed, so that what was meant for evil will turn to your favor. Child of God, your future is still bright. Your destiny is still secure. The betrayal does not define you. The secret actions of another cannot erase the calling on your life. You are chosen. You are protected. You are loved. And this revelation is not the end, it is the beginning of a new season, a season of clarity, a season of true allies, a season of authentic blessings. Take a deep breath. Feel the weight of these words. Let them sink in. You do not have to rush, but you must not ignore. Pray right now. Ask God to give you discernment. Ask Him to show you the truth in dreams, in conversations, in quiet nudges of your spirit. He will. He has promised. He is faithful. I, Archangel Michael, stand ready to fight for you still. But there are battles only won when you are informed. There are victories only achieved when you step forward with your eyes open. And that is what this message is for. It is your eyes being opened. Beloved, do not let fear take root. Fear is the enemy's smoke screen. Trust instead. Trust God. Trust that you are not alone. Trust that even as you read this, armies of angels are stationed around your home, around your heart, around your destiny. Trust that God's plan cannot be thwarted. Trust that the truth revealed will not destroy you but will free you. And remember this, forgiveness is a weapon, but so is wisdom. When you see the truth, you do not have to lash out. You do not have to take revenge. You simply have to adjust, to guard your heart, to walk in light, to let God handle the justice. He will. He always does. I speak now blessings over you. Blessings of protection. Blessings of clarity.